What's up guys, and welcome back to another video. Today is another reaction video, reacting to the 2022 university standings. If you're about to apply to uni, already in uni, about to leave, just left, no matter what, you might just want to have a quick look at the 2022 university standings. Obviously the ranking of a uni is not the be all or end all in applying to a uni. I've made videos on finding out if a uni is right for you and websites you can use to gather that information to make your informed decision on picking your university choices. So don't be shy, click on the links up here to watch your videos and subscribe to the channel to get more student-like content. I'm only going to do the top 50 because if I'm being honest, that's the ones that count. No hate to the others, but just going to do the top 50 and just tell you guys my thoughts. So let's dive straight into the video. Just turning on my screen recorder. Now let's go. 2022 University Rankings UK, the complete university guide. I've made a video talking about this. Check it out. Let's just see the worst ones. Alright. University of Bedfordshire, Ravenbourne University London, Wrexham, University of East London, Leeds Trinity, Wolverhampton, Buckinghamshire. If you go to those universities, no hate, statistically, they're just not that good. So let's skip the not so good ones and go to the top 50. Alright, Oxford Brookes is 51 and the University of Kent is number 50. Overall rating 63%, down 3 positions in the rankings from last year. What I came to the conclusion of is that the rankings, like over the past year, I don't see what could change, what could have changed massively to cause a university to go up lots of places or go down lots of places, other than like its reaction to the pandemic and like how the university's like teaching quality may have like naturally they've all decreased, but about by a variable amount. Like universities that adapted well went up, or universities that adapted poorly went down. That's just me thinking. It may be wrong, may be right, but obviously it would be very, very nice to like know in like more detail what came to be, what was the thinking behind this website before making these rankings, as I'll talk about a bit later. Because there are 4 like groups, but they're like sometimes it doesn't make sense. Moving on, the University of Northumbria, Newcastle, 49, up 3 positions, decent. Overall 63%. Entry standards, like down here, that most of the entry standards aren't necessarily that high, as these universities aren't exactly hard to get into. Doesn't mean that they're bad at all, because as you can see for the University of Northumbria, graduate prospects is quite alright. 74% is pretty good. And if you don't know, graduate prospects is what could you do with your degree like after you like graduate. Obviously it is very, very ideal if you're looking to go into the world of work after university to go to a university with good graduate prospects. So once you leave uni, you'll get a job easier, so to speak. Next up we have SOAS, University of London. Like I actually don't, there are tons of universities in London. Let's just Google that real quick. Alright, so as you can see here, there are a ton of universities in London. I don't even know how they managed to fit them all. But moving on, Aston University, Birmingham, down 4. Actually, how did I just miss that? SOAS London went down 11 positions. That is pretty dire. I don't know how they managed to drop the ball that much. But moving on, Aston University, Birmingham, down 4 to 47. Lincoln, 46 now, up 4. Like that is quite funny, you know, because sometimes this website don't make sense to me, I can't lie. Because looking at Lincoln and Birmingham, they've got the exact same overall score, but if you look at the numbers, there's a great disparity that like statistically Aston, Birmingham looks a bit better than London, Lincoln. But I did make the website. The University of Nottingham-Trent, up one position. If you guys don't know already, but if you guys are watching this video after the fact, University of Nottingham-Trent is my insurance choice. I don't hope to go there, but if for some reason my grades aren't that good, I end up going there. Hey, that's no disrespect to Nottingham-Trent, just that I prefer to go to the University of Exeter, which, if you guys know me or this video has been out for a while, you guys will know I'm a student there currently. Hopefully. Next up, Ulster. Up 16 positions, so they've had a pretty good year. Overall rating 64%. That is actually a massive jump. So for last year they were ranked 60th, now 44, up into the top 50. That is pretty good. Next is University of Art London, up 8 positions, also had a great year, into a 43, overall ranked 66%, entry standard 66. Graduates prospects are low though, 57, only 57%. But to be fair, with art schools in that, they are very, very niche, and getting jobs in that is quite difficult, so that is understandable. Next is Queen's Mary and University of Sussex, which are both at 41. Sussex down 1 and Queen Mary's down by 6. So Sussex, going down 1 or 2, obviously I don't see that as a massive thing. But going down 6, that shows that something wrong must have happened a little bit at least. But these universities to be ranked in the top 50 is solid. Next, University of Leicester down 2 into 40, not bad. And University of Stirling and Aberdeen both ranked at 38. Stirling up 7, Aberdeen down 12. That is quite a bad year for Aberdeen then. For those who don't know, I used to live in Glasgow, and Stirling's a little city, close to Glasgow. So it's nice seeing that they're doing well. Aberdeen, I'm quite shocked that they did this poorly really, but they are still ranked in the top 50, which is not bad at all. Next up, Newcastle down 14. So I don't know how universities managed to drop the ball that much to go down that many places, but that's just life. Hope maybe they'll go back up again next year. And that's the thing about these university rankings, it is fluid. Universities go up and down continually, and you can, hopefully this doesn't happen to you guys, but you can go to a university, it's ranked top 25, then you can graduate and it's out of the top 100, and obviously that's not good and that's not ideal, but that could happen. University of Reading up by 3 into which is 70% overall, decent, 36%, ranked 36 right now. University of Surrey down 1, overall 61%. Graduates prospects are looking very good though, at 84% though. Queen's University Belfast down 7, dropped the ball a little bit, now in 34%. I keep on saying percent instead of ranking. What's wrong with me? Now dropped into 34th position, so peak for them. Hamper Adams University. I remember searching this the first time I did it, but I can't remember now. Where is it? I think it's in Wales. Yeah, no, it's not. It's in England, but they did decent, up 8 into 33. That's because this list is out of 130. That means they're they're in the top 25% now. So that's good for them. Ranked 71, but entry standards are quite low though, only at 58%. But hey, they must be doing something right though. Royal Holloway, University of London, down 8. I think all the universities in London that have been on this list that I've seen, they've gone down. So I think it's probably going to be because of the student satisfaction, because hey, this is just a theory right now, but going to university in London, people go there hoping to go out quite a bit and enjoy the city, but because of the virus. That's not possible. So maybe that's just what happened. Hey, just a theory though. So next up at joint 30th position is London and Strathclyde. I think Strathclyde is also in Scotland. Both of them look to have had solid years. Liverpool up by 3, Strathclyde up by 5. Not much to talk about that other than Strathclyde's high entry requirements, 95% difficulty. University of Swansea up by 3. Like, we're on a roll now. We've had a few positive results. Up 3, up 5, up 3. So they are ranked 29%, 72 overall, pretty high graduation prospects, high student satisfaction. Looks ideal. Up 3 again, University of Dundee up in Scotland. So not much to talk about then. Oh, now Essex. They must have done something right to be up by 14 positions. The overall score is quite meh though, because if you look at University of Dundee just below it, it's got a much higher entry standards, higher student satisfaction, equal research, and higher graduation prospects. And that's why I mentioned earlier, I would like to see a much more in-depth, like, thinking of like the website on why they rank the university at like a certain level. So now we're moving up to 26 into Sheffield, baby. Up 2 positions. He must have done well. If you don't know, I live in Rotherham, but I spend most of my life in Sheffield. So now into 25, up by 5 is Cardiff University down in Wales. Overall 63%, like 69, nice. NG standards quite low, I can't lie. But next up is University of Nottingham down by 4. Like, I expected University of Nottingham to be a bit higher than that, I can't lie. Because like I was thinking about applying there, but they didn't have my course. And like they seem to be a very, very solid uni. Now Harriet Watt University up by 6, must have had a good year. Now East Anglia up 3. King's College London down 1. It's not as bad as the other London universities, but down again. Like, it seems to be a similar trend with all the universities in London. Next, University of Leeds down by 4. Fun fact by the University of Leeds, if you're into films like me, the actor Chris Pine actually went to the University of Leeds. Like, I was really, really obsessed with like him as an actor, because I watched tons of movies when I was younger that had him in. And like my favorite movie when I was like 13 was Guardians. I think that's what it's called now. And he played the voice of Jack Frost, who like I think is probably one of the best written like animated characters in history. You can write that down. But yeah, Chris Pine used to go to this university. Next up, Birmingham down 6 into 19. 19 is still really good though, so not much to talk about there. York up by 4. Bristol down by 3. I actually considered applying to Bristol, you know, but when I was applying, they said for my course I needed A-star AA. And because of that, I said, screw that. No way I'm getting those grades. So I didn't apply at all. But then after I applied, I was just looking at the website again, and then it said that the grades had moved down to AAB. And honestly, I was pretty annoyed for not applying, but it is what it is. Next up, University of Glasgow. I used to live in Glasgow myself, so Glasgow, solid uni, 16, just missed out on the top 15, but up by 3 from the previous year. Looking good. Now Southampton up by 2, can't talk too much about that. Now Exeter, joint 13th with University of Manchester. Manny's up by 4, Exeter's down by 1. Hey, hopefully I go to this university. It's like a really dope place. Really looking forward to it. But I'm not going to talk too much about it. Don't want to bore you guys. Next up, Edinburgh, up 3 into 12th position. Like, honestly, I thought Edinburgh was like better than that, to be honest. Because like, not to say that 12th is bad by any means, but like I just thought with the reputation that it had, that it must be much better than that. And Lancaster, down 3 into 11. Lancaster, if they're down 3, that must have been they were 8th last year. So obviously Lancaster is a pretty good uni. Overall score of 82. Entry standards are kind of low though, but it is what it is. Graduate prospects and everything else is quite high, so it looks like a pretty good uni. University of Bath down by 1, not much of a big deal. Warwick up 2, UCL up 2. Only London uni to go up. Loughborough down 1. That's the university that Nathaniel Messiah, hopefully, like he's planning on going to. So I'm really looking forward to content that he's gonna make there. Next up, Durham University up 1, and Imperial College still at 5. That is the only university on this list that has stayed the same. So good on them. Consistency is key. So that's pretty good for them. Next up, St Andrews down 1. Small little uni up in Scotland. Still a great university. Must be really hard to get into, of course, with entry standards at 100% and everything else through the roof. LSE. In the video that I talked about earlier, I actually did say that I wish I applied to LSE. But I had the same problem that I had with the previous uni, that like I was like didn't think I'd get the grades, but it moved down after I applied. See, that's why I low-key wish that I didn't apply early. Like, if you're watching this and you haven't applied it yet, yes, you should apply as early as you can. But if you aren't applying to like medicine and all that, don't apply at the same time as I did. Just wait like a week or so. But like after a week or so, that is still pretty early because you still do have until like January, I think, to apply. So that's something I wish that I knew. But can't change the past. Now down 1 is Cambridge and Oxford at number 1. You guys all knew this before clicking onto this video. That one thing that is for sure is that Oxford and Cambridge are gonna be 1 and 2. Oxford with the golden 100% score, but student satisfaction for both is not available. I can't lie. If they showed it, it'll probably be like 5 or something crap like that, because I've seen videos of people like breaking down because of the pressure that they do have at like Oxford schools. Nevertheless, those are great universities. Hey, so that is the video. It was very insightful in seeing like how university has gone up and down. But as I said earlier, this isn't the be all or end all of like picking a university. And if you're just watching this for like just to see how universities are, there you go. If you like student content like this, subscribe to join the family. And if you like the video, like and let me know what you think in the comment section. And also which uni you're going to, planning on going to, offers you got from. Hey, I actually care about that type of stuff. So let me know in the comment section and I'll see you guys next time.